What if your heaviest burdens that you've been carrying for so long, the guilt, the shame, and the undeservingness, what if those are not as real as you have been believing them to be? What if they are simply stories, narratives, and scripts that you have been believing and writing about yourself? And what if there was a way to see through this script? And when you see through this script, you see what you really are, who you really are, and how powerful and deserving you truly are. That is what we're going to talk about today. I made a post recently asking for video topics from my subscribers, and I got a good idea for a video topic right here. Now, I want to do my best, and I hope that you see this video, and I hope that many others as well get something from this video, because we can all relate to the feeling of guilt, the feeling that we don't deserve the best. And I want to talk about that today. And I don't want to come off as insensitive, but I do want to let you know that when we go into this and deep dive into this, it will be extremely transformative, but you have to hang on because it's going to take you to a different level of consciousness, a deeper understanding of truth. First, let me say that these feelings, they are strong, they are heavy. Sometimes we have been holding on to them for most of our lives. We can't seem to shake them. That's the power of the script that we believe. Most of the time, we don't know that we are even writing this script about who we believe we are. But you must take note that even holding on to these ideas, these narratives, can lead you to believe this is your life, this is what and who you are. When we believe this, we are limiting ourselves. I wrote some things down on a notebook here because I really wanted to not skip over or miss anything. And so if you see me looking down, I'm just reflecting on what I wrote. And as I stated that these feelings are heavy and intense and strong, they also don't reflect our true nature at all. They do not reflect the boundless freedom that we truly are. But as I stated earlier as well, this is going to be very transformative. So, are you truly ready to let go of your script? Are you truly ready to transcend these feelings of guilt and the feeling of undeservingness? To do so, you must be willing to let go to what you have been holding on to for so long. Now, you can imagine this letting go of simply not accepting it anymore. It's not a resisting. We don't fight against this. Like I said, the feelings are heavy and intense and strong. They are. We aren't denying these feelings. We aren't dismissing these feelings. But true growth, true transcendence isn't something that we can do from our script. We really have to be able to say, to feel, to know that we are no longer holding on to anything. And what I mean by holding on is not that we don't experience it, that we just stop feeling guilt or any type of emotion or feeling. We don't stop feeling it. We stop holding on to it. And that is the major difference. But a lot of these feelings, guilt and undeservingness specifically, this script that we've held on to, that once again does not even phase, touch, taint our true nature. It never could. But we're spending too much time within our written script. But as I was alluding to, is these feelings that are very real, the script that seems to be very, very real and very, very us, can occur due to past experiences, to conditions that lead us to believing we are unworthy, right? In essence, our self perception. But this is where the trust is required from you, because we cannot have a script be our self perception. We can only allow our pure being to define us. And the definition is pure life, pure reality. And it's explained through your direct experience. There's nothing else that's needed to be, needs to be added, I should say, to us, to our script. Our script is written in simply just resting as what we are. So the intense feeling of guilt or undeservingness that you feel, we are not denying it. It is there, but it isn't you to your essence. But you have to be willing to take a step back from believing it and believing it wholeheartedly to be you. And then what you truly are will be revealed. And you will see the difference between the attachment of these concepts, of these past experiences that you may be holding on to. You know, somebody defining you or writing your script for you. You know, is your guilt coming from somebody who has written your script for you, that has led you to believe for your whole life that you are undeserving? Well, that's even a bigger proponent in the idea of letting go, because we know that nobody else can define you. But we know nothing can define you of this material world. So I really want you to take on to the point here and understand that it isn't an ignoring or a dismissal. It is a simply not attaching, grasping, and wholeheartedly believing. That is the big shift with all of this. And it may not be easy, especially if you have been believing and holding on to this for your whole life. It won't be easy. But you have to trust. You've been trusting this guilt and this undeservingness for so long. And where has it led you? Well, now it's time to trust your true nature. Stop believing the coloring on the canvas to be the whole reality, when the canvas is the true reality. And what I mean by that is the guilt, the undeservingness, the anger, the sadness. These emotions are simply coloring on the canvas. But our true nature, as reality in life itself, is the canvas. The colors are very bright and they attract our attention. And we like to believe that that is what we are. But that coloring cannot be there without the canvas. So the script cannot be there without us believing it. But then we take a step back and see, who is this us, this true us? I don't mean to confuse you. I simply mean to point you to the fact that these narratives cannot define you. They are felt, but they are only believed when they are grabbed onto. You put yourself in a cage. It's an imaginary cage that you have now locked yourself into when you believe that you are limited, that your true nature, your true being is limited to these descriptions and these labels. I hope that helps you today. And thank you for watching another video. If you enjoyed this video, I encourage you to subscribe and click like. It goes a long way. But I just want to say thank you to all of my subscribers here, all of the truth seekers here. I hope you stay tuned to the videos because I have much, much more to share. Please leave your thoughts and feelings down below. Thank you.